Everything new is old again as DC Comics' Totally Not a Reboot kicked off this week with the first issue of Rebirth. Spoilers ahead. It's been 5 years since DC reset their universe with the New 52, a move that resulted in the erasure of several popular teams and characters from DC's history, particularly the Teen Titans. Rebirth #1 resolves that by finally bringing back everybody's favorite ginger speedster, Wally West, who practically stands in for the readership as he tours the new universe and contemplates how everything went so terribly wrong. Of course, the big reveal is that the many continuity problems with the New 52 wasn't the result of poor editorial direction, but instead a deliberate plot from an unseen foe looking to weaken DC's superheroes by literally stealing years away from them. And while that foe isn't explicitly shown, all signs are pointing to, of all people, the Watchmen's Dr. Manhattan. In other words, everything wrong with superhero comics today can ultimately be traced back to Alan Moore. Meanwhile, over on the Marvel side of things, everybody seems to be up in arms this week about the shocking reveal that Captain America has been a double agent for Hydra this entire time. In spite of the fact that Captain America has previously died and been turned into an old man, yes, in that order, people seem to be under the impression that this will be the shocking change to the status quo that will last forever and won't be changed when, say, Marvel relaunches their lineup again this fall with Marvel Now. And I know what you're thinking, wait a second, didn't the Marvel Now rebranding happen in 2012? Yes it did. Not only is Marvel making sequels to their big events these days, they're also making sequels to their branding gimmicks. And if all of this just makes you want to stick with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, then you're in luck. Starting in September, Netflix will become the exclusive streaming service for Disney movies, which includes new releases from Walt Disney Animation, Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, and Pixar. So that's that. Netflix has pretty much won the streaming service contest. Moving on to this week's interesting releases, hitting theaters on Friday is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. It's still hard to believe that the words Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles could invoke anything but dread and rage, but the first movie was fun and this movie looks even more enjoyable. If only because after a quarter century, we're finally getting Bebop and Rocksteady on the big screen. Over on television, the second season of Scream the TV series starts this week, and when did this become a thing? How did I miss Scream getting a TV series? Is it good? Should I catch up? Let me know. Also starting up this week is the third season of Girl Meets World, proving how powerful a force nostalgia can be. Over on the PC this week, there's Planar Conquest, a turn-based strategy game that puts you in the role of a sorcerer leading one of 8 races to conquer various planes of existence, which looks like it could be fun. On the other hand, Apocalypse Party's Over doesn't look particularly good, but if you've ever wanted to play a game where one of the characters is a bug-eyed fat kid that fights with his giant cock fist, then this game is for you. Meanwhile, if you think there's just not enough zombies in video games these days, maybe take a look at Dead Island Definitive Edition. This HD remaster boasts some graphical improvements and includes all of the game's previously released DLC. And if that sounds good to you, Dead Island Riptide is getting a similar release. Moving back to games that actually look kinda fun, Artificial Defense brings a slightly new take to the tower defense genre, mixing traditional towers with aerial bombardments. And finally, RFL, because good-looking RPG Maker games always need more love than they get. This week from the CGBros, check out The Parking Lot by Florian Guinel. It's kind of painful to watch, but the ending is well worth the wait. And that brings us to this week's awesome video. Lockstein goes for 2 in a row as he lays out everything offensive about Overwatch's character designs.
And Boo-Droid is somehow both Tibetan, Middle Eastern, and Egyptian. What, you think just because you are a robot that means you have the freedom to dress however you want? That's some hardcore appropriation right there. Oh, and of course the Indian woman can only dress in Indian garb. Do you freaks seriously think that people should only be allowed to dress in the clothing from their own culture?
And that's everything for this week. Yeah, I know, light episode. So what do you think about DC Rebirth or HydraCap? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe, pass this video around to your friends, and have a great Memorial Day.